What is energy? Energy is the ability to do work. In the same way as acceleration, force and work, energy is also a composition of movements. What is matter? Aristotle, in his general law of proportionality, states a body of mass b thrown by an engine A travels on the ground a distance c in time d. On the other hand, a body of mass b divided by 2, that is, with half the mass of b thrown by the same engine A, travels on the ground the distance 2c, that is, twice the distance in the same time d, or travels on the ground the distance c in a time d divided by 2, that is, a body with half the mass travels the same distance in half the time. This law of Aristotle is self-explanatory, and it contains all the beauty of exact mathematical proportionality. The noblest subject for physics is movement. The main subject of physics is always movement. The exact proportionality, always verified between masses, displacements, times and forces, reveals that all these concepts have only one and the same nature: the movement. Mass is a type of movement, displacement is a type of movement, time is a type of movement, and force is a type of movement. The gravitational mass of an object is always equal to the inertial mass of that object. Inertial mass is the amount of motion that offers resistance to change in the object's state of motion, which offers resistance to any other kind of motion other than the motion that every object is. Every mass has its equivalent in energy. All mass can be converted into energy. If we converted the mass of a 1 kilogram object into energy, we would get about 90 quadrillion joules of energy. With these 90 quadrillion joules of energy, we could accelerate another object of mass 1 kilogram from the state of rest with respect to us to close to the speed of light with respect to us. Millions of meters per second or millions of kilometers per hour. That would be the new state of movement of the initially 2 objects that would now be just 1. The hypothesis of the theory Big Bang is neither symmetrical nor proportional, nor exact nor harmonic. The theory Big Bang denies the symmetry, proportionality, exactitude and harmony of physics and the universe. Why does gravitational force depend on the square of the distance? The answer is directly linked to geometry, to the number of spatial dimensions used in this phenomenon. The area of any sphere in 3-dimensional space is proportional to the square of its radius, and therefore proportional to the square of the distance. This means that the density of force field lines passing through the sphere, the total number of field lines divided by the sphere's area, decreases in proportion to the square of the separation between the masses. Newton's inverse square law of distance is, well, thus a geometric proportionality of spheres in 3 spatial dimensions. Man is not infinite in his perception, but he has a limited perception. Zeno's paradox, as exposed by Jorge Luis Borges, Achilles, symbol of speed, must catch up with the tortoise, symbol of slowness. Achilles runs 10 times faster than the tortoise and gives him a 10-meter head start. Achilles runs those 10 meters, the tortoise runs 1. Achilles runs that meter, the tortoise runs a decimeter. Achilles runs that decimeter, the tortoise runs an inch. Achilles runs that centimeter, the tortoise a millimeter. Achilles the millimeter, the tortoise a tenth of a millimeter, and so on ad infinitum, so that Achilles can run forever without reaching it. There are no errors, no tricks in the mathematical construction of this reasoning as explained by Borges. The reasoning is logically clear. In fact, Achilles would never catch up with the tortoise if space and time were infinitely divisible absolute entities, but they are not. The measures of space and time are completely relational measures, relative to the observer, and do not exist for any observer from a minimum limit, which can be variable. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to my channel and give your like if you enjoy it.